Kooima Egg, the premier egg knife manufacturer in the United States.
Nolan, Kooima Egg. I'm here with Trevor, one of our really good John Deere mechanics. Whenever I have a question about a John Deere machine, I know who to call. Glad to have him here. We just showed you a 9000 series installation video for putting pans around your feed rolls. For your 8000 series guys, it's a little different, but all very similar. So for your 8000 series guys, watch the 9000 series video, but there's a few things that are different on 8000. So we're going to explain them to you right now.
Right. So this pan here goes on the lower front feed roll on the left-hand side from sitting in the machine. This pan, I've had lots of questions, and Nolan and I have conversations about this, does not go in well. It is a Bearcat without taking lots of extra brackets out. What I found that this plate here, if we turn it sideways and we bend it at this point here, from here to about right there, it will slide inside the feed roll cabinet. So I'm going to hold it up on this 9000. It's different, but it's very similar. So on the 8000, it needs to lay right here, and it tucks underneath an arm here. If you bend this, it will curl around, and then once it's in, you can pry the curled piece back in, and a bolt holds that back in place. If you don't bend this plate, I've found it very difficult to install. Possible, but the huge time saver if you flex it, bend it in.
Okay, very good point. Very good point. What are we doing with these blocks for the front?
So
that's different.
Yep, on an 8000 series forage harvester, the upper front feed roll spacer blocks, we're going to remove them. For a 9000, we just loosened the nuts and added shims. On an 8000, we remove, bolt the spacer to this block, and then there will be bolts that then put this on the downstop itself to get you your elevation that you need to open up your feed rolls. In Kooima's kit, they have a bolt bag of bolts, hardware.
We have hardware kits. There's two nuts that pick up the bolts on that block, the spacer block, and then there's two special bolts to tie it to it. One on each side, so there's double of everything in the bolt kit.
Similar or identical to our 9000s is our upper rear feed roll downstop. So that goes in the same way. We utilize as many shims as needed to get it opened up to our desired
Get that thing opened up.
Desired gap.
Okay, what do we got here, Trevor? Same as the 9.
Same. It is a different part number, but it goes in identical as the 9000 series. Very easy to get in and out. You have to take a scraper that attaches to the lower front feed roll shaft on the right hand side. That scraper has to come off, and then this will bolt up to the feed roll side sheet.
Got a question for you, Trevor. For this, is there scrapers on that feed roll that got to come off?
Great question, Nolan. So there are scrapers that we take off of the lower front feed roll. They are opposite each other. When we take those scrapers off, we put the bolts back in place, but these scrapers should come off before we install this scraper on the lower front feed roll, left hand side.
And watch the 9000 series video. Okay, a lot of things the same now. We've got our cover for the smooth roll. We're picking on the smooth roll now only. We've got the cover for the smooth roll on the left. We've got the Kooima exclusive blocks for the inside. Right hand, left hand. We've got the rotary scraper on the right side of the smooth roll. Don't forget to put your bottom pans in on all 8000s and 9000s, okay? The big pan slides in the front. The 8000 has 2 bolt holes, and the 9000 will have 3. They are 2 different pans. Most of these pans do come with your chopper when you order it through John Deere, but they don't make it on the next transition. So sometimes the guys lose the pans, or they keep them and they really shouldn't. So the front pan, it gets installed there. And the rear pan just gets installed right here. That keeps corn from leaking out. If there's a cavity in there, it'll fill up and it'll prevent corn from coming out. So
those are used for corn silage and for ear corn both.
You can use the earlage pans for silage and ear corn. Do take them out for the pickup conditions of hay and rye and all that other stuff. That stuff will wrap and destroy your pans. So the pans come out for pickup conditions, but earlage and chopping, leave the pans in. Steel plate on the 9000 series machine. On the 8000 series machine, there's actually not a hole there. So it's not needed.
The design of the brushes to the side sheet doesn't leak the way a 9000 does. The way they put them in and are installed, we don't have that leakage like we do on a 9.
Okay.
So the Kooima part that is installed on a 9000 is not needed for an 8000 series forage harvester.
Okay.
But we also want to make sure we shim our springs the same way we do from our 8s and 9s with the longer bolts and the shims. Whether you use what we use or you have your own option, we want to make sure we open those feeders out and not over tension those springs.
And we'll have those available for you in a kit, so you can purchase those kits from Kooima Ag and it'll all be ready for you. We're taking a lot of time to do these videos for you so that you are more educated on putting these on yourself. So yeah, with that being said, I think that pretty much covers the 8000 series machine. Same deal. Remove the auto PTO connect, install the Kooima shaft on the adapter, and we're ready to go.
Thanks, Nolan.
Thank you, Trevor.